Hello, my name is Maryam Moghaddami, and this project seeks to examine the relationship between changes in American society after the Second World War and the form and popularity of the femme fatale in noir films. By the 1940s, American women had made significant progress, and America was on the path to gender equality. The war helped further this progress as women gained more economic independence when they got the jobs that men left behind when they went to war. This can be seen in the numbers as the female labor force increased by 57%, or 6.5 million women, and by 1945 there were nearly 20 million women in the workforce. After the war, women were seen as being part of an excessive workforce and pushed out of the workplace by both the American government, which encouraged women to give their jobs back to the returning men, and labor unions who saw women as being a threat to male workers. There were changes in society as well and in gender dynamics, as there was a 25.5% increase in divorces between 1944 and 1945 and a projected 550,000 divorces in 1946 alone. This trend caused widespread fear that the end of the traditional family was near, something that women were blamed for as their departure from traditional gender roles in getting a job outside of the home was seen as being responsible for the rising divorce rates. Economic incentives were also blamed as women were accused of seeking alimony. Something to note about Hollywood in the 1940s. Hollywood, as a result of the studio system, was heavily male-dominated, and frequently noir films were produced, directed, and written by males, entirely by males. Some trends which can be seen in the femme fatales are economic and sexual independence as dissatisfaction with the conventional route of mother and wife, an ending by death or marriage, and the hypersexualization of the character. Films which have good examples of the femme fatale in which good examples of the femme fatale can be seen are Double Indemnity with Philip Dietrichson, Blue Dahlia with Marie Derry, and Out of the Past with Kathy Moffat. So what can be said about the relationship between societal changes and the femme fatales? In the face of a changed societal gender norms and an evident loss of power over women, male concerns about the role of women gave rise to an inferiority complex that, intentionally or not, made its way to the big screen in the form of the femme fatale in noir films. The femme fatale, with her economic incentives and lack of interest in men as romantic partners, can be seen as a caricature of American women at the time and what their interests were thought to be. Her criminality and the blame noir film plots tend to lay heavily on her reveals what a transgressive figure the femme fatale was and what sort of a serious threat she was thought to pose to the structure of society. The death of the femme fatale is then inevitable, as through their on-screen male proxy, male creators attempted to regain control of a female, first through her sexualization by fragmenting her body visually, and then through her killing. This can also be seen as male filmmakers reflecting the concerns of males in society as a whole, as women gender roles were changing and men started to feel their traditional dominance threatened. Male filmmakers reflected those concerns as they tried to show in a negative form women who were economically driven, who were not under the power of men, by not under the power of men, they did not have romantic interests, and try to discourage, in a form of propaganda, try to discourage American women from following that path by demonizing the femme fatale and creating an ending in which either the femme fatale is subjugated through marriage or killed off. In this way, the male filmmaker was able to regain control of the femme fatale as being a transgressive character, and by extension, attempt to regain control over the American woman.